Hi guys, welcome back to Belle's Books. I'm Carly, and today I want to talk to you about my out of control currently reading pile. So when we hit lockdown, I went into a reading slump, so I wasn't reading much, and now I've gone the other end and I am reading all of the things, and it's too much. So I need to finish some books because I keep starting new books and then I'm not finishing them. So today I'm going to talk to you about the books that I have currently got on the go. Some of them I started ages ago and then I put them down. I haven't picked them back up again. Some of them I've just started reading. So I have got 3 non-fiction books on gender/feminism, 3 novels, 2 short story collections, 1 poetry collection, and 3 non-fiction books on race and racism. Now that's too many. All in one go. A lot of them are library books as well, so I need to finish these off so I can take them back. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about them, and then I would like for you guys to comment below and tell me what do you think I should prioritise and get finished to get it done. Right, okay, so the books that I started ages ago and didn't finish are the books on gender and feminism. So this one is Testosterone Rex by Cordelia. I picked this up after I read what was it called, Sex, Money, Power, or in that some kind of order, by Sarah Pascoe, because I think she referenced this in that book and I really enjoyed that. This looks at debunking the myth of gender essentialism, so that women and men have essential natures, like men are competitive and women are caring. So it looks at the science behind debunking that. I started this, I'm only, what am I in? A chapter in, I think I'm in the 2nd chapter, 48 pages in. And I am enjoying it, or I was enjoying it, I just put it down. It was quite science heavy. So I think that's probably why I just slowed up a bit with it, but it was interesting. So yeah, this is a library copy as well. So I would like to read this before I take it back to the library. Then I picked up The Gender Games by Juno Dawson. This I am very much enjoying. And again, not far into this, only 48 pages in this one as well. But I really like the writing style in this. It's very accessible. It's very easy to read. It's quite funny. So I know I'm definitely going to finish this. But again, it's just picking it back up again. Then a bit of a wild card. I have Initiated by Yates Garcia, which is actually to do with witchcraft. So it's a memoir about Amanda's journey into witchcraft. Now, and also it claims to be an intersection between witchcraft and feminism, which I'm totally on board for. That's my jam. I love witchcraft. I love feminism. The two together. This sounds like my perfect book. So I started this and I've lost my place. I think I'm on chapter 5 of this. 74 pages in with this. Now, my only problem with this book is that should have included a trigger warning. Trigger warning early on for child abuse, which I wasn't prepared for. And there is also an episode which is quite gruesome bodily wise. Now, I'm squeamish. I can't deal with blood or anything that is gross to do with the body. There is a very gross episode in here to do with her body that made me read it like this. And I wasn't sure whether I could go on with it. She calls it a blood rite. If I want to give you kind of an indication of what happens there. So, I don't know, I'm struggling a bit with this, but I am really interested in this because I like learning about people's journey into goddess worship and witchcraft, because that is the path that I am on at the moment. I am very heavily into goddess worship and living the green witch life, that kind of jam. So I do want to finish this, as long as there's no more gross stuff and really traumatic things. So I don't know. Have you read this? I would like to speak to someone who's read this. Talk to me below if you have. I'm sorry, it's really shiny. Again, another library copy. Right, that's those three. The two short story collections I have are The Rental Heart by Kirsty Logan, which I started for the Owls readathon. Then I lost the book because I'd put it in a bag that I took somewhere and then forgot where I put it. It's been in the bag all along. I'm halfway through this, so 60 pages in, and it's again only 140 pages. These are all kind of fairy tale-esque stories, and I'm loving them, really enjoying these. So I'm glad I found it again because I can carry on with it. And again, not much left to read. They're just delightful. I love Kirsty Logan. And another author I love is Chimamanda Ngozi Adiche. This is her short story collection, The Thing Around Your Neck. Sorry about the shiny cover. And this book I am, how far in? 96 pages in, and it's just over 200, I think. I wanted to pick this up because I have read one of these stories. I studied it as part of my creative writing course ages ago, and we looked at one of the stories in the collection and we kind of picked it apart to understand why it was such a great story. And so I've been wanting to pick up the collection since then, and it's just amazing, as I expected it would be. These stories look at relationships and immigration between Africa and America. So in a few of these stories, you've got characters that have either moved to America or they want to move to America, and like cultural differences. And it also looks at love and the family ties and the things that you do for people that you love and the things that you forgive. And she's just such a great writer. I would highly recommend this. Lovely, lovely collection. So I will finish this. Again, it's a library copy. Then I have started the poetry collection Magnolia by Mingya Powles. I'm sorry, I've probably said that wrong. This is actually a really beautiful collection. I'm halfway through this. Really enjoying it. Love the poems in here. Obviously definitely going to finish this one because it's tiny. It's, you know, poetry collections don't take long to read. But the thing that I find with some poetry is that I like to take my time over it. So I'm not that bothered about rushing through this, because sometimes I'll read a few poems in one go. Sometimes I'll read one poem and I want to let it sit with me and let it settle and think about it. So that's what I'm kind of doing. But I put this down and then just didn't pick it back up again in a while because I was reading Gentleman Jack with Emma, and that was a buddy read and I had to get through it quickly. So now that that's finished, I will pick this back up again and work my way through it. Beautiful food writing in here. Really nice descriptions of food. That's gorgeous. Okay, now what next? Then let's talk about the 3 novels that I've got on the go. So the first one I started ages ago and didn't finish. I think this was in February I picked this up. Whenever it was released. Can you see it? Strange Hotel by Eimear McBride. I picked this up because Eimear McBride is an author that I am studying for my PhD. And so it's essential that I read this. It's only, again, a really thin book. Now, if you've read any Eimear McBride, or if you know about her writing, her style is quite, I won't say difficult to read. It's not easy to read. She writes kind of almost stream of consciousness, but pre-language thought. And this is kind of what this is a little bit. It is about a woman who goes to lots of different hotels that she has been to before, I think, and has had various sexual encounters in these hotels. So this is very much in her mind. It's all her thoughts. There's very little, if any, dialogue or interaction with other people. It's very much you're in her brain and you're thinking her thoughts as she's having them. And I don't know, this just felt a little bit slow for me. I've seen a few other reviews where some other people weren't that impressed, even if they were lovers of her other books. So I am looking at her first novel, A Girl is a Half-Formed Thing, and The Lesser Bohemians in my research. And I don't know if I'll do this in my PhD, but obviously I do want to finish it. I think I'm halfway through. I'm on page 82 and it's only, 150 pages. So I will finish this, but I just, at the time, I don't know, I think I just kind of got a little bit stuck with it and then put it down, didn't pick it back up again. I am also reading The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I'm buddy reading this with my mate Holly. And Holly also wanted us to read this quite slowly, which was fine by me. So we're reading it quite slowly. So again, we've been reading this for a while. I'm on page 226, which is nearly halfway through. I'm really enjoying this. It's a book lover's book. It's very beautiful. The world building is lovely and just, you know, lots of like underground library vibes, lots of cats. There's a mystery, and you're following this guy, Zachary Rawlins, as he encounters this secret world of underground libraries and strange books. He found a book with one of his own life experiences in, and he's trying to work out what's going on. It's just lovely. It's very nice. Again, I've heard mixed reviews about this from people that loved The Night Circus and said this wasn't the strong next book that they were hoping for, but I'm really enjoying it. The main narrative is interspersed between lots of little like vignettes or alternative stories or like kind of mythical tales, and I'm really enjoying those as well. So we'll crack on with this as and when. It's nice to pick up for. It's a really good comfort read. So if I'm feeling a bit low, it's nice to dive into that. Next, I'm reading Ali Smith Summer for my PhD again. And what am I? I'm 125 pages into this, but I'm reading this. So I started reading this on the release day, and I'm just reading a bit of it pretty much every day, even if I can just do a few pages, because I'm making notes as I go for my research. Okay. Then the last three books are three non-fiction books on race. The first one I picked up a while ago is Me and White Supremacy by Layla Saad. This is a workbook, so you can just read it all the way through, but it has like exercises in it for you to do reflective journaling. So it has at the end of each chapter, it has prompts for you to do. And I started doing this, so I started writing stuff down and working through it. But I kind of wanted to do this with somebody else. I wanted to do this like a buddy read and to talk to someone about the reflective journaling prompts. So I kind of stopped there, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can get someone to do this with me. And then I just didn't I didn't pick it back up again. So I will continue with this because I do want to work through those prompts, but it'd just be nice if I could do this with somebody. So if you're interested in buddy reading with this and buddy working through this with me, speak to me in the comments below. I would like that very much. Then another one I started reading a while ago is Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi. This is a reflection on racism in America, written as a letter to his son. So it's beautifully written. I'm only 32 pages into this, but again, it's not a big book, so I want to finish this up pretty soon. So yeah, it's gorgeously written. And then the one that I have just picked up recently, because it came in at the library that I work at, which I've just gone back to work because we've only just opened our library because local rates in that town of infection were high. So yeah, we've only just opened the library. I've been at work in 2 weeks running now, and this is a book that I had on reserve for ages, so it came in. it is Don't Touch My Hair by Emma Dabiri. Again, heard really good things about this. This is a look at racism, again, through the medium of hair, which I am finding fascinating. Even like, I've only just started this, 34 pages in, and I wanted to also have a read of this for as part of the history challenge, because it looks back at the history of slavery and colonialism and cultural appropriation and all of that kind of thing through hair. So yeah, I'm finding this fascinating. So I know I'm gonna carry on with this and probably read this quite quickly, again, because it's a library book and I want to get it back, and I've got too many library books out at the moment. So other than the ones I've shown you, these are from 2 separate libraries. I've got those, and in the stack behind me I've got these 5 books. So they're my kind of upcoming reads that I want to get through. I don't know if you can see them there. I have Silver Sparrow by Tayari Jones, The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, 10 minutes 38 seconds in This Strange World by Elif Shafak, the woman's a legend, From the Rawson by Jane, From the Wreck by Jane Rawson, and Patsy by Nicole Dennis Brown. So they're my upcoming reads. But this is just too many books to be reading at one time. Usually I like to have 1 novel, 1 poetry collection and 1 non-fiction. And clearly something's gone wrong here. So talk to me in the comments below. Tell me what you think I should prioritise. Have you read any of these? Do you have any strong recommendations for me to get to? Particularly that Initiated book. I would like to hear from people who have read that. Other than that, I will see you in my next video.